100 blocks we start going.
I'm getting nervous, man.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Yes, because I had to go back and do the fucking task that I...
You were coming up from the
do
trash
because
can.
I found the fucking body last
You went
time.
up from the trash can.
What a fucking loser.
No!
No, it fell down! Fuck! Oh, you
This is what hell is. This is what hell is.
Yes! Oh!
Alright, Jeremy, now it's on.
Welcome to this episode of BeamNG Roadkill, where we take Crown Victorias and try to make them as good of race cars as we possibly can. And almost fail tremendously with them. Alright, everybody. Welcome back to another BeamNG episode, where I think some of my microphone properties are messed up. That's okay. We are here in front of two Crown Vics that are decked out to go racing, because December 29th, as a part of the pre-show for the Emu's 12 Hours of Christmas livestream, I am doing 300 laps at the Freedom Factory in the I can't speak right now, in the Le Mullets configuration. So it's a kidney bean 3/8 oval, and I have two backup cars. Well, I have two cars. The main car, which is over here, this is the red, white, and blue one that you get for basically doing the race. And then over here, we're going to have a backup car. Because it's 3 stints, because the race only allows me to do up to 100 laps per stint. So we're going to be doing like 2 hours of basically racing. And the bigger part of it is I have a racing wheel for it now. I got a Logitech like G920, whatever the hell it is, and I'm going to do the entire race on the wheel, hopefully. I have the controller in case I'm going to handicap to it. I may, but yeah, it's going to be pure suffering, because the math right now is it's going to take me 2 hours to do that. So you're in for one hell of a pre-show. There's also going to be stuff with my garage after, which I'm working on that stuff as well. And then, of course, the day of, there's a burnout competition, there's a bracket drag race with BeamNG, and a ton of other games that I'm going to be playing with a bunch of friends. So, I'm going to have fun with that. So, the cool part of this is I am able to build my own car for it. Now, I'm not trying to build these cars to have an unfair advantage, but there is the simple fact of I'm going to have to listen to the base BeamNG engine note. Plus, both of these cars are not even, which is weird that I find. So I downloaded a mod that allows you to do the Cletus McFarlane races and some of the Tour of Destruction races, and I saved this car after completing a race. But this one over here is the default configuration that comes with the mod that apparently is what these cars are supposed to be built off of, which they're not. That one has racing brakes, probably better pads, different gearing, I think even up to different tires. This one doesn't have racing brakes, and I'm not even sure. We'll actually check this. Yeah, this one doesn't even have a racing intake. It's supposed to have a racing intake on it. The other one does. So, this is as close to a bone stock Crown Vic that you get for a Cletus McFarlane race. And I have to do it with 2 of them. Which I'm pretty sure, if we open up the hood on this one, it's got a racing intake, don't it? It does. So, yeah, there's your proof right there that you need. This isn't the same vehicle. So, first what I want to do is, because I want to see how much of an unfair advantage we have with these vehicles. And we're going to go over to the West Coast track, and I'm going to do laps around the dirt oval. Actually, that's probably not fair. Maybe we'll just do the short course at the West Coast track and see which car is actually faster. I may do a couple of laps, and then we'll go to the shop that's there, and I'm going to swap both of these with the exact same engine, but with a sound mod, so these sound closer to a Crown Vic, at least more to a real-life Crown Vic. So then I have that to listen to the entire race, rather than having my engine sound blend into all of the other cars' engine sounds. And plus probably downgrade this one or upgrade this one to the faster trim, because there's clearly a difference in trims here. So I'm going to get these things on the trailer. I don't know if these cars are going to fit on the trailer, at least both of them. One of them may need to be driven. And then we're going to see which one is faster. Okay, so we're going to start out with the theoretically slower car. At least, in theory, this is supposed to be the slower car. And see how fast it goes. I'm going to give it 2 laps, so we'll have a standing lap, and then we'll have a flying lap. So let's see how it does. Yeah, definitely going to need to shift it a little bit. Ooh. I can almost kind of get away without braking, but... Come on. Brakes are still pretty good. I know after 60 or 70 laps of this, they're gonna be bad. Alright, so a 136. Let's see how good the flying lap is. Let's use some of that ABS. Yeah, these brakes are going to be shot after a lot of laps. Trans does not like that turn. And those front brakes are not happy, so maybe some front pads will be good. So 132 flying, but those front pads are shot. I mean, it's all credit going to a retired police car. Because, well, these cars are really meant to more be stock performing than anything. But maybe even like a little bit less tire pressure in the back that kind of just give me a little bit more bite on some of those harder corners, because I know I'm going to need some of that at the Freedom Factory. All right, the other car. The one that is presumably better. So let me just kind of warm it up here and see what it's going to need. Definitely feels like it has a lot more power. And a lot more bite, too. Oh, it feels a lot faster. Ooh, but it understeers a little. I don't know. I feel like the other spec might be better with just some minor upgrades. And I mean, I got a plethora of Crown Vic parts that I can pull off of, because I mean, I've had 3 burnout cars that have failed, so we have plenty of stock brakes for these cars. All right. Round 2. Definitely a lot more horsepower. Oh, that more power I feel like is going to hurt it. Ooh, this thing feels a lot better until it gets to these hard turns. I'm trying to get it to shift better, and it won't. I think this is also just running into the issue of gearing, which I'm not doing anything about that because that's a real issue in these races, so. Just gotta live with what I got. Almost like an identical time. Oh, we're going off track a little bit. Let's not do that. Yeah, so I think the last Vic ran like a 132, so in a flying lap, this one is technically faster. I have a lot more braking power though, which is the thing. Hmm. Also, this one's overheating because it has more horsepower and everything too. Yeah, I fucking get it. These cars are not going to overheat at the Freedom Factory because you're not on throttle long enough. The only time they're ever going to overheat is if you blow the radiator. Which, even then, I think I could probably manage to scrape an extra 40 laps with a broken radiator at the Freedom Factory. So I'm not worried about that. So honestly, I think after driving both cars to make them handle a little bit more forgiving, I'm definitely going to see what the hell's going on with tire situation here, because I do not think these cars have the same sets of tires. I think those are a standard compound, and I think this one has a sport tire on it. This one may have an alignment job, because it turns in way better, while this one may not. So I think upgrade the front brakes, or leave the upgraded front brakes on this one, upgrade the front brakes on this one, downgrade these, but upgrade the pads. So I get a little bit more braking life. Of course, the whole motor swap that we're going to do, and then I'm going to paint the backup car up. So, yeah, let me go make these modifications, and we'll see which one is faster. So a real funny thing here that I'm running across, if I take these off, for some reason, this one has like a sport ECU. Wow. So technically this is a better car. Now for tires. They are sport tires. I feel like on the other one here, let's just see. Because I'm willing to bet, because I know, yeah, we have a fleet ECU, a police intake, like, it literally a bone stock fucking police car. Which I think the PI intake can go, but like a fleet ECU and stuff like that, I feel like we need that to be fair. They both are 327s. No, they are sport tires. All right then. Well, that's interesting thing. This thing has race parts on it. This thing might actually have an alignment job compared to the other. Hold on. Do we have race parts on this guy too? Race rear shocks. Heavy duty spring. Interesting. We got full-on race pads in the front, where I feel like those are just the stock calipers with race pads. If not, they're bone stock. Interesting, interesting. We're going to leave this one alone with the engine set up like it is. Yeah. And I think the other one we're just going to like leave in kind of the basic form, and we're going to see which is faster, and then I'll know what to convert the other to. Alright, so now the real test. Actually, I need to do the brakes on this one. So, I did the tire pressure and everything. Let's look at these brakes. Yeah, it's heavy-duty brakes. Let's do the race discs. But let's just do like a semi-race pad in the front. And in the rear, we're going to leave them alone, but we're going to boost it up to the semi. So this is the one that I'm looking for the ideal setup. We got side pipes on it. It's the fleet ECU still with just a like a race intake changed on it. This one's like the full-blown like default config that these are supposed to be, which is weird. But they both have the same engine, just this one has a little bit of a different setup. So I'm wondering if this one is going to be better with these changes. Another thing I may do, since we are oval track racing, technically it's a kidney bean, but I may look into trying to put a little bit of a tune on the front suspension if I can, with camber at least, because I don't have much room. Let's see. Wow. I definitely have a lot more bite coming out of corners in the rear now. Fronts are a little lackluster. Definitely have more power, honestly. Feels like it. Oh boy, not as much turning. I think the fronts need a little bit of air pressure taken out. All right, so pretty much we're looking to beat a 136 for the standing, and to beat a 132 in this car, or a 130 even. So, see what we can do. Come on. Oh, this thing's a lot faster. God, that turn. It's a lot of speed to bleed off. Wow, so yeah, we improved by 2 seconds there. Let's see what the flying lap does. Oh, that's gonna screw me. Is it still gonna be faster? Just barely. 130. So this car improved up to that other car in a flying start. Not bad. I would say, like, in this case at least, I'm kind of over testing these cars because they're not going to be seeing this kind of high RPM for that amount of time on the Freedom Factory Oval. So they can survive here and be pretty quick, then they'll definitely be fast at the other track. Feels like this one has more gearing. Ooh. I don't know. This one might be a lot better. I don't know about this. This might be the better car. All right, let's see. So we got to beat a 130 pretty much. That's like the fastest time we've gotten out of the cars. That transmission is not making me confident, I'll tell you that. Ooh, there's a lot of speed though. The brakes are just so much better. So 134, so this thing also improved. it's not happy through this corner either. Oh, it's not happy through here either. Oh, a 129. Man, so really it doesn't make a difference, other than this one's about to kill itself because it's overheating like crazy. Well, in Roadkill fashion, like, I don't have all day to sit here and test these. I have other shit that I need to go and get done, including getting this video edited and ready. So what I would say is, at least the plan, because I got to get these cars ready. I'm a couple weeks out, and I want to practice with the wheel. I would probably say that I'm going to do a combination of the both of these. This car right here, I feel like is a cheat with the fleet ECU and everything like that, so I think that's going to get changed. You can keep the heavy-duty long block. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I think the fleet ECU needs to change on this one because it just has a lot of speed. In terms of braking, I think all four corners are going to get race pads on each, or at least race brakes. I'm not sure which ones are better, so I think the other Crown Vic will just keep the semis, and this one will have the full-on race pads, so the other car has a little advantage in braking. But yeah, there's almost no difference in these cars, like, as they stand. Like, they're just a second faster, and that's me driving them pretty fucking hard. So there you go. This, or at least these were the two Crown Vics that you will see coming up on December 29th of this month. 300 laps around the Freedom Factory will be a burnout competition on my garage, along with a drag and drive, and the next day will be the 12-hour stream with burnouts, drag racing, Among Us, Minecraft UHC, a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, get ready for an exciting 2-day event. Hopefully you have enjoyed, though, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.